Hi, welcome to the DaTreeHouse Podcast. I'm your host, Smokey, and he is...
Dojira.
And he is...
Rubberducky.
Alright, we're going to start off this podcast with something to say, like, my mom especially, my parents are fucking crazy.
Dude, fuck your mom,
Your dad... I mean, I don't necessarily know him.
Well, I mean, not fuck your mom, but at the same time, she's crazy.
Yeah, your mom's drinking a little too much of the crazy juice.
I think that's genetic.
So then you're gonna turn out crazy.
Well, to be fair, we all kind of know I'm a little bit off the deep end.
You're not off the deep end. You've jumped into the deep end and evaporated all the water in the deep end.
Now, I've jumped into the deep end and made a bar.
Bar of what?
With soap. I don't want
Two very different answers.
I don't want it clean. Fuck that.
You dirty son of a bitch.
Well, it's in the deep end. Who's gonna see in this darkness?
Everyone, because like I said, you jumped into the deep end, and just your massive craziness has just made it all the water go away.
I don't know. Some of it does make sense in a way where if you take out the craziness, there is some silver lining. But it's mixed in with all the bullshit. It's like, I can't find it underneath stupid and crazy.
Alright. Enough expressions talking about this. Why don't you just say what's been going on?
Okay, so, wait, the job part or the moving part?
Let's start with the job part. Because that's more annoying to me right now.
The job part is like, okay, I'm gonna go get a job as like an armed guard. She's like, no, that's dangerous. Like, I know how to use a gun. I'd rather use my own gun. It's like, no, don't do it. That's dangerous. Like, Mom, you want me to get more hours, more money. This is how I can do it. Don't do it. Okay, can I go work with Rubberducky? He works at a certain establishment. Clown. So it's like, no, that's too dangerous. Like, they have benefits. Plus, I'd be working with him. Like, oh no,
that's not necessarily a good thing.
Plus,
I don't really work there anymore.
This is beforehand. I can work with him. Like, no, don't do it. That's a dead end job. I can go back to staff pro, work around my schedules. No, don't do that. It's like, you're putting too many handicaps on me, man. As what was it, Rubberducky said?
The way I equated it was like your mom's telling you to climb a mountain.
Mount Everest?
A mountain, sure.
Yeah.
Mount Everest, sure. And it's like she's telling you to climb Mount Everest, but only go this one specific path. And like you're like, okay, sure. And you go up that specific path, and then you're a couple hundred feet up up the mountain, and then your mom's like, you know what? You gotta climb Mount Fuji now. And you're like, I'm already like a third of the way up this mountain. I've already laid the groundwork to go up there. You just want me to completely abandon this to go climb another mountain. And your mom's like, yep.
Not only that, she's stripping me of equipment as I'm going up the fucking mountain.
And of course you comply because you're a dumbass.
Yeah.
You comply and you're like, all right. You go climb Mount Fuji. And then you attempt to climb Mount Fuji. And then you're like halfway up or like a third of the way up. And then your mom's like, you know what? You're gonna climb Mount Kilimanjaro now. It's like, why?
To put it in layman's terms, his mom wants him to reach the top of the proverbial ladder and be successful right off the bat. Basically, jump off a plane, land on top of the mountain instead of work his way up. But every time he tries to work his way up to something, she changes it on him and tells him to do something else instead.
It's taking too long. Go climb another mountain.
It's only been a day. No, I want it now. I want it quick.
She wants you to be a lawyer freaking yesterday when you jump out the womb. That's what she wants from you. It's impossible. You gotta work your way up to that shit.
I tried explaining this to her as like, you want me to work as a machinist? Sure. I'll have to go to apprentice and probably, work for free so they know, people know how I work and have some job experience. Like, no, jump in head first. Like, you've seen the requirements, 5 years. Like, apply. I have. Do it anyways. I can't rush them or make me sound desperate. Do it anyways. Do you not know how this works?
Here's the thing. I actually read something that apparently, all our lives, obviously, we're told like you gotta go in there and you gotta like call and like go in there and apply, and if you don't hear anything, apply again and like show that you have commitment and fortitude to like I'm like committed to this job. What you don't know is that apparently, and I know this from someone who was a store manager at AT&T who did a lot of the hiring stuff. Mm-hmm. Whenever people would call or be like hyper aggressive, like, oh, I want to get a job, here's my application, whatever, they would get put on a list of do not hire.
It's very off-putting.
So we've been taught that lesson of like, boots on the ground, let's go make some progress, let's go apply.
Yeah,
show how much you want it.
Be proactive, show how much you want it. But the employers are like, this person is annoying me, I'm not going to hire them.
Yeah. Wait your turn.
She doesn't understand that. It's like, if I poke the bull too much, eventually he's going to get pissed and kill me.
Pretty much.
Like, no, just poke him again anyways. Like, that doesn't make sense. Listen, I'm yelling at you to do it. Do it anyways. Let me poke it when I know it's safe. Now, you're going to take this knife and attempt to stab it while it's charging at you. Like, that's why.
Yeah, like, there's no way you're going to get anywhere you want just by asking for it. You got to go and work for it and work your way up.
I like to future-proof as best I can. It's like, no, I'm just going to abandon you in the middle of the fucking jungle and survive. It's like, I can probably do that with a knife. No, just do it now. Whatever.
To be fair.
What the fuck?
There are people that just, like, fall through sheer happenstance and a combination of luck, they just fall into an amazing career. Take Michael Jones, for instance, from Achievement Hunter. He was
around.
He was just bullshitting around. He was like 27 or whatever the fuck, how old he was. 24 or whatever. And he's just an electrician. He's perfectly fine to be an electrician for the rest of his life, and he's just making gameplay videos. Bernie finds a video, is like, I want to hire you. And it's like, okay. And then there's this other chick from Crunchyroll, Reina Scully. She is Japanese, and she watches a lot of anime. I guess she was raised in Japan, and then when she came to America and wanted to watch like the Japanese, and she saw the sub, she saw it and was like, that is not at all what the inclination was with that sub. You've done it wrong. So she just started doing that shit for free on her own time and applied at Crunchyroll and got a job there. Now she's like a high position there.
The point was, these are from freaking happenstance and working their way up.
Happenstance. This is not them essentially going into like the lowest tier of a company and like working their way up. These are people that just happen to get lucky in whatever job that they've now found that they love.
Your mom thinks that you're gonna have this somehow magically.
That's not my luck.
That's not everybody.
That's not how my luck applies to stuff. My luck applies to certain things that annoys the shit out of people.
That's
my specialty.
You're not necessarily all that lucky to begin with.
No. My luck applies to like annoying the shit out of people or screwing them over. That's where my specialty lies.
That's not luck, though.
That's skill that I've honed.
Skill, sure. Skill, sure. Not a good skill, but skill, sure. If anything, I would say I'm the lucky one, and you know some first-hand experiences of my goddamn luck when it comes to just random shit. So
we can get into that in a bit.
Random event. All right, luck activate. Go to work.
We can get into your luck in a bit, but I want to hear more about the fucking moving to Texas thing.
This is the second time. Like, the first time I mentioned, like, I kind of want to coax her into, like, maybe there's a position open somewhere around a Cockbite Studios sort of details. Like, I don't want to name drop them. Well, fuck it, Rooster Teeth. Like,
sure.
I'm hoping maybe there's a position open. Apply there, like, hey, I'm happy to be in the area. Can I possibly get a job? Yes, no? Fuck. But this is the first time I was like, okay, she planned it. Like, if your dad's willing to lay down some cash, we could probably buy a house, X amount. You just need to get a job that's like $12 an hour. You can probably pay the rent if somebody else joins you.
Hold on. I believe your mom was like, hey, we'll buy a house in Texas, and she's not asking you. She's forcing you.
This is the first time. Oh,
okay, the first time.
First time, she's like, she was like optimistic about it. It's like, here's X amount of cash, down payment, here's what you need for a job to survive, and possible living expenses. But that kind of fizzled out. Recently. Luckily. Recently, I accidentally dropped, was like, oh man, the housing in Austin is fucking great. And it just like rekindled that. It's like, oh wait, yeah, didn't I want to move there? Oh man, this place looks great. This and that. It's like, you're gonna move there, right? It's like, what? Yeah, you can get a job there. It's like, I remember I laid down some groundwork. It's like, you're kidding me, right? You want me to spontaneously get a job somewhere in the middle of no offense, but fuck nowhere, in a place I have never been to work for a house that I don't know how the neighborhood is. Yeah, go. Are you shitting me? What am I going to do for a job? You'll find out. That's not.
What kind of groundwork did she lay down?
Nothing, that's what.
The groundwork is you have a place to live, which I have to pay for. Yeah? And? You're killing me. You're killing me.
She also, the second time, she's like, okay, we're going to buy a house, and I'm not asking you, I'm telling you that you're going to move out there, and you're going to be the, I guess, owner of said house.
And you're going to find a job that is not a dead-end job, apparently.
You're going to somehow go and uproot your entire life from California all the way to Austin, Texas. And you're going to Dallas.
For her, it's Dallas because she doesn't understand there's no 20-minute park
and somehow
driving from a fucking airport.
But the crazy bit is your mom's like thinking that you're going to uproot your entire life and go to Dallas and immediately find like a $40 an hour job.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen. You don't move to a new city and immediately find a fucking $40 job.
Especially $40 an hour.
The Hollywood dream. The Hollywood dream.
That doesn't happen.
If no one knows you there, what hookups do you have?
But that's the greatest part. Nobody knows me. I'm happy with being like the unknown asshole somewhere down the street. I'm okay with that. But uprooting my life.
Are you okay with being the broke unknown asshole down the street?
That's the problem. I'm okay with uprooting my life and going. I'm okay with that. But the living expenses and future-proofing, there's so many errors, it pisses me the fuck off. It's like, why doesn't my sister do it? Well, without details, it's not going to work out if she goes. I'm pretty sure the housing can get vandalized within a heartbeat.
She definitely had to come back home.
Probably. Yeah, maybe a couple hours.
She'd lose the house for sure.
My brother can do it because he's better off here where he's academically smart, but street smarts, he's
Retarded?
I could street retarded. How about that?
that works.
Which isn't offensive because retarded means slow. It's not directed towards physically or mentally disabled people.
Yeah, it's not directed towards.
He's kind of like me, where he wants to future proof, but he's slow on the future proof. He's like, "Did you want to like? I don't know. Here's Project A. Hold on, I'm still on like step 2. Why? It says push a button for step 2. Yeah, I want to see the size of the button, how big it is, what does it do after you push the button. That's step 3. It's like, dude, just push the fucking button.
With that,
No. I want to make sure. If I push it slow enough, does it have anything else? Like, oh dear God.
you know what that reminds me of with you using that example? The fucking underpants gnomes from South Park. It's like, step 1, get underpants. Step 2, take underpants. Step 3, I don't know. Step 4, profit. That's your mom. It's like, step 1, buy a house. Step 2, force Smokey to go live there. Step 3,
4, profit.
meh. Step 4, Smokey's got a wonderful life over there.
Period.
That's
It's like, I can understand.
there's a little more
He's
stuff.
got a wonderful life, and I got a new house.
I can
What
understand.
could possibly go wrong?
I can understand. It's like, I'm probably like the best selection out of her kids to possibly go.
Sure, that's understandable. Or she could go herself.
But that's the problem.
Why does she want a house in
She has a
Texas?
20-hour job here versus nothing over there. She wants me to. I'm pretty sure she wants me to go because, like, as of right now, my job is crap. Like, my job is crap because you limit me for what I can do. Just let me get a
So
get
you
a
imagine
gun.
going to
You're-
Texas. You'll
you're-
never have a better job.
Because your mother is just beyond crazy. Because there was a time a couple of years ago where you had a good job.
Yeah,
You didn't. It wasn't like a phenomenal job, but you had.
but the pay was amazing.
the pay was incredible according
The
to you.
hours are great. I can talk whatever the fuck I want.
And you were still going to school.
Yeah.
And then your mom was like, "I don't want you to be working. I want you to focus on school." So of course, again, you complied and
Mount
you quit.
Everest.
You quit your job to focus on school.
Like a
And
good
then
boy.
almost a month later, your mom's like, "You gotta pay for your own expenses. Why don't you go get a job?" And you're like,
Why did you quit?
"I had
did you
a
quit?
job."
Why did you quit your good job? It's like Mount Fuji right there. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna backtrack and blame this all on you. Go climb Mount Fuji. Like,
And so
I had a good job.
you went and got a job that wasn't as good as your previous job, and your mother was like, "You need to find a better job. You need to focus that attention." So you didn't go to school for like a semester and found like a pretty good job again. And then your mom was like, "I don't want you working. I want you to focus on school again."
Mount Kilimanjaro.
So you stopped working to go back to school.
she backtracked on me so fucking hard. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
And it's like, if she hadn't said a goddamn word, you probably would still be at that good job. At this point, probably getting paid even more.
Yeah.
And you'd still have been in school because you have been in school the whole time.
The sad part is, I actually would have made super.
See?
because the current super there, how did I say this? I was on gate duty, but I knew the client there. I knew the other tenants there.
You had repertoire with everybody.
I knew everybody so well. Regional manager would come around. It's like, "Hey, where's your super?" Technically, that's the other guy's position, but I know everything. He's like, "Tell me where your super is." Yeah, he's out like in the back, like just sleeping in the truck. It's like, "Did you write him up?" You should report this. I did. How come I didn't get a report? I have to report to him and you guys, but you guys never received it. I'm pretty sure he threw it away. "Oh, I didn't receive a file or paperwork on this. I can't do anything." You can go see he's sleeping in the truck right now. Like, "Oh, I don't believe you." Okay, he goes on a check. Yeah, he's asleep in the truck. And nothing happens after the week. A month later, a different regional manager comes like, "Where's your super?" This shit again. He's out back sleeping. Reports here. Here's this. I reported to you guys. Nothing happened. You can go check. "Oh yeah, he's actually sleeping on the job. We'll fire him in the next week." A month later, same shit. It's like I can be super by now. I know how this place works. I know what the fuck I'm doing. Just let me do this. Like, my mom just switch onto the crazy meds. Like, okay, quit your good job that's like paying you $18 an hour to do this. Like,
18 an hour.
okay, I can.
Granted, that's no $40 an hour job that like you're gonna automatically gain in Texas.
No, but it's better than what you have now.
But it's still $18.
But as a 22-year-old for fucking 18 an hour,
Doing butt fuck nothing.
it's a security job for a parking. It's an auto mall.
So structure.
Think of it as a mall, but for cars. There's
So a
Nissan, there's
structure.
Toyota, there's...
So a car structure.
It's not in a building. I actually had to watch lots and shit, but I kind of knew where everything was. I can view the cameras.
So a structure.
But dude, the training wasn't that hard. It's like, okay, set
Look
this up,
this
close
way,
this down. That's
yeah.
it. Just log everybody in and out.
I imagine
They
the
give you
training.
problems. Don't worry about it.
I imagine the training for that is like most games. Like I gotta with Transformers, like Bumblebee, I gotta check your optics. Follow this light up here. Okay. Follow this light down here. It's like, okay.
Now
Follow the
left
light
to
left to right. All right. You got all the skills you need for this job.
That's pretty much it for 18 a fucking hour, man. The sad part is, the super is such a dumbass. He would go to work undressed and reeking of beer and pot, and would get complaints from the tenants. It's like, hey, how come your employee gets to do that and you have to come in all nice and shit? It's like, he's the supervisor. What? Yeah, that's my super. And they're like, I can't believe you have to work with it. You don't believe it, I have to work with it. Sucks.
I wouldn't necessarily mind if my supervisor came in like all casual like, but if he's pawning all the work off on me, then I'd get a little pissed.
That's 100% what he does.
Because like I've had supervisors that are just like calm. They don't really give a shit about like stuff.
Love those.
But they're not pawning the work off on you. They're still the type like, hey, this position, like I'm talking about the security place. Like this position is
watch these doors.
Is like it's empty. Like there's technically not supposed to be someone here, but there's a whole bunch of shenanigans going on here. That super's just gonna go and like sit his ass, or not sit his ass, but or her ass.
Monitor
like,
the area.
Monitor, like she's gonna go and stand there.
Yeah.
And she's gonna stay there until it's like it's all calmed down, but it never calms down, so she has to stay there permanently.
I love supers like that where it's like, okay, here's the problem. I'm gonna go help the situation, like make sure it's calm, it's under control. When it feels safe, I make sure everybody's fine. Then I'm gonna help out another area that possibly needs help. They're like, hey, if you need help, here, I'm here. If you don't feel comfortable, like, hold on, let me see if I can get you more comfortable. They're still there with you. It's like, okay, everything's calm. I'm gonna go relax. I'm tired. Like, I can understand that. You helped me out. You helped them out. It's like, yeah, go take your break.
That is a good supervisor.
Those supervisors are fucking awesome.
A good supervisor is one that's not necessarily above you because they're meant to just watch over you. A good supervisor is above you because they're going to partake in any position that needs help and assistance at that moment. Because I've had soups at like the food job that I have where it's like the supervisor is not there. Like the food's not coming out as fast as it should. Orders aren't being taken as fast as they should. And they're reluctant to jump in. And I've had other supervisors. Currently, I don't have any other supervisors that are bad. They're all good. But they're all mostly like, oh, hey, this part of the kitchen is taking too long. Immediately jump in and help out. I was like, all right, everything's calmed down. I'm going to leave you guys. Are you guys fine? I'm going to go help this other side of the whole business.
See, that's ideal.
That's ideal. Currently, I have no managers that are assholes, but I have had some in the past.
As of right now, I'm working as a security guard for 2 days just because of school. But the super there, he finally got fired. I'm so fucking stoked he got fired.
The Smokey and
that was like 3-4 jobs ago.
That was 3-4 security jobs ago.
Yeah. But as of right now, I work for a parking structure, and the supervisor there is a complete fucking a-hole. The best word I can probably give him, he's like a sponge.
The yellow sponge?
Yes. That's like the best thing I can probably describe him as, only because you try to give him help, like soap, like, to do the job, clean up the grime. He's like, move. Like, we needed you to do that like 3 weeks ago. Yeah, I'll do that probably tomorrow. It's been a month. How come it hasn't been done, guys? You guys need to be on your job. Like, we need your authorization to do this. Why are you guys pawning it off of me? You should have done this without my authority. It's like, protocol says we need you to do this. We can't do it. Oh, no, you guys are just lazy now. What just happened? When I first started there, it's like I besides just patrolling, I have to run into gate duty. It's like, hey, I kind of need like an access card because these gates suck ass, and every once in a while they'll just jam. It's like you have a 2-hour wait limit or like parking limit. I see, where I work? I'm next to a medical building where it's like it's old people or like they're just like they can't just walk properly. It's like, oh, you missed your window by 10 minutes. Well, I guess I gotta go to the office, go get a fucking car, and come back in like 15 minutes. Versus, oh wait, you missed your 10-minute window? You're here for the medical building? Yeah, I'll just badge you out. I understand it takes forever to go 5 levels looking for your goddamn car. It's like, just give me a badge so I can help these guys out. We run into these errors like every fucking day. It's like, no, you don't understand how these badges work, this and that. Like, I'm gonna go bullshit. Like, why?
Like, goddamn scan. Like, just scan the badge.
Like, oh, you can't do. He's like, you can't do that. I see you do that. That's different. How? These are employees. What do you mean? You let these guys out 10 minutes ago. Go do your job, dude. What the fuck? Just let me do my job and help these guys out. I mean, they're 10 minutes over the time limit because they're looking for their goddamn car.
You're just gonna say condescending things to make it seem like they have more authority over you.
That's
like, just go do your job. Like, okay, why don't you do yours? Sort of shit.
He would be berate on me and the other staff for not doing their job. But I can tell you now, hey, he gets on like this other guy. He's like, hey, how come you guys aren't doing your patrols? Like, which time? You were sitting here for 10 minutes. Those 10 minutes are when I was talking to you. Oh, what about this other 10 minutes? That was my break. You haven't moved here for like half an hour. That was my lunch. How come you're not doing your job better? Like, dude, what the fuck? I don't know. I'm so happy this guy got fired.
I feel like you get surrounded by assholes a lot because you yourself are an asshole.
Damn right.
They tend to gravitate towards you.
Yeah, assholes tend to gravitate towards each other.
But it's like...
But I guess that makes us assholes.
Not necessarily.
I will admit, I am an asshole, but it's like... some of this stuff is like, it's very childish. It's like, hey, can we have like an extra golf cart because like we're having problems with this one? It's keep breaking on us. Yeah, sure. Nothing. We kind of need that. Nah, you don't need it. Go do your job. Like, can't because we'll walk, but it's gonna take longer. It's like, how come you guys aren't doing your routes fast enough? You broke the cart. I didn't crash the cart.
It's like Google Maps said it's gonna take 20 minutes to walk from here to there. It's like, how come it took you 20 minutes to walk from here to there? Why didn't it take you 5 minutes? Like, fucking, it takes 20 minutes to walk from here to there. What the fuck do you want?
Yeah, I'm so happy he's gone just because, like, he is like that. It's even worse when, like, hey, we have to follow protocol, this and that, fill out the form. He will filter out our paperwork, our info, to bring it to the client, to management, to make himself look good. It's like, yeah, I did this. I am
bastard, really?
Like 10 fucking minutes. Like, are you serious? I was there for one of the fucking meetings. Like, do you have any other, like, clients, like, do you guys have any suggestions? Right away, he chimed in. Hey, can we get, like, better carts? Because, these employees are lacking in the speed department for rush hour. I'm looking at them like, you son of a bitch.
Damn,
you just sold us out for something you fucked up on.
That's crazy. Though not surprising from the way you've been building them up.
I feel like we've gotten very far away from your crazy mother.
Yeah, we'll get back to that. I'm just happy he's gone. The position for super is open. I'm not going for that because I don't want to talk to
you. You should go for that.
No.
You know, I understand that. Believe you and me. I understand not wanting to talk to people. But if you have the experience and you get paid better, why not just go for it?
As of right now?
As of right now.
I have 4 weeks of school left.
And?
Those hours, I can't work.
But you could tell them that, be like, hey, I'd like to be the supervisor if you guys would give it to me. But I'm currently in school, so, I can do the training now. And then, you can put me on as official soup once school's over.
Knowing how the company is, they're very slow and stupid in certain ways. This is one of them. Other times, like, we need to spot field. We can do that right away. Okay, that's good. Other positions, like, nah, we're kind of slow. But... yeah, back to the craziness. I don't know where to go, man.
I got one. Stuck. Why don't you tell us why she wants a place in Texas? What does she want to get away from?
My dad's DUI.
Okay, so she wants to get away from your dad, okay? Makes sense. A lot of parents do. But why would sending you to Texas help her get away from the dad?
It's going to take a while because my dad recently crashed my Mercedes I got from a car accident. He got DUI. He was...
Rest in peace.
Yeah. The car was in phenomenal condition. He fucked it up. He got a DUI. His directions suck ass. He basically map quested us in the wrong fucking direction. And his term, I gave you the right directions. You guys just didn't follow it correctly. Dude, you wanted us to go from San Diego to, like, Fresno. All right, we can do that. We'll just find a clear route. Yeah. He says San Diego to Fresno, right? Yeah. I don't care what route, just get to point A to point B. All right. The real location he wanted us to go was somewhere in Texas. Complete opposite direction. It wasn't north. It was south. It was not east. It was west. I was like, the fuck is this?
East? I thought you meant west.
Yeah, dude. It's like he went off the deep end years ago. My mom's.
I think I've only met him one time, really, and that one time he was drunk off his ass.
Yeah, that's him normal.
Because I rarely ever see him. Your sister, your brother, your crazy mother, your drunk father, and your crazy sister.
And the creepy dude in the mirror.
Oh, so you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I can't avoid that guy as easily as I avoid the other guys, though.
He does gravitate the assholes. Asshole.
Just a big pile of assholes just ruminating in that household.
Yeah,
but you said your dad was starting to turn into my dad. By that, you mean that he's starting to become a goddamn pack rat?
Porter, yeah.
I will believe you and me. That is not a fun path. You have got to put your foot down, regardless of how angry your dad is going to get.
I don't give a shit, dude.
Put your goddamn foot down.
Dad.
Be like, no.
Rubberducky, your dad has the most useless junk I ever seen.
Useless, multiple junk.
Yeah, useless, multiple versions.
Duplicates.
Not multiple. Duplicates of said thing. For example, there's
4 iPads.
That's not necessarily useless. There's like this like early 2000s like crazy fucking thing, like toy that you plug your iPod in and it would play music and it would kind of dance.
It was really ugly.
It was really ugly and it was annoying as fuck. I don't think it sold very well. My dad bought 10 of those. For who? I have no goddamn idea. His reasoning for a lot of this stuff, because like for another example, a lot of kids get like the little toy cars that they can drive with the little battery power thing.
Like if you're
Yeah, like the big wheels thing. Like when
Yeah.
when I was a kid, I had like a red Jeep that I would drive around. I drove it to elementary school every now and again. Sure, I have 2 nieces, so technically his 2 grandchildren, grandchildren, right? Yeah, because I confuse it with like my grandmother, who I guess would be her great grandchildren.
Go ahead.
So I have 2 nieces, and sure, they're each gonna get their own little cart, right?
Yeah.
We have like
makes sense.
20 different fucking little battery powered carts. And his reasoning for a lot of it is like, why the fuck did you, like, sure, Mia has her own little cart, little pink Jeep.
Maybe 3.
Maybe 2, sure.
2?
Maybe 2.
2 minimum.
Vanessa,
4 is excessive.
my niece Vanessa has her own little, like, battery powered, like, little car. And like little battery powered scooter. Sure. But then if you go in the garage, we got like 15 more of them, like some for boys, some more for girls. His reasoning
is the same model, but in blue.
Yeah, it's the same model, just in blue. It's like the same Jeep, but in blue with like police sirens now. It's like his reasoning for a lot of that stuff is like, oh, it's for my grandkid. You only have 2 goddamn grandkids, and they already have 2 cars each.
What if they
And
don't
they're not
want
gonna
to
love
drive?
them any much longer.
What if they don't want to drive the Jeep today? They want to drive the Corvette.
I swear, it's like it's not just him. My mother as well, and my brother.
She's turning into one of those too.
No. I don't mean like hoarder.
Okay.
But it's like my dad specifically, whenever he says like, oh, I bought this many duplicates of said thing for like my grandkids, even though he only has the 2 grandkids. And then my mom like talks about certain other stuff, and then my brother's talks about other stuff and mentions like, when are you going to get a girl? Like talking to me specifically, like when are you going to get a girlfriend? Like when are you going to start having kids? I'm like, not anytime soon. I can tell you that.
So they can buy more useless junk?
Yeah. So I tell my dad, like, I'm not giving you any grandkids anytime soon. So you need to stop buying 10 different versions of this goddamn toy.
But it was cheap. I wonder why.
It cheap doesn't mean you should buy it. Cause it's like, oh, it was on sale. It's like, it was on sale for a reason, goddammit.
It was on sale. I gotta understand buying 2, but not 30.
Yeah, it's like, okay, sure.
That's
This
future.
toy is on sale.
That's future
It
proofing.
looks interesting, and little kids, they don't necessarily care about what the toy looks like or what it does. They just like toys in general. So I can completely understand it's on sale. Buy 1, maybe 2, because they're going to fight if they don't have the same toy or a similar-ish toy. Why do you come home with 7 of these goddamn fucking animatronic dogs?
Don't get something that can fucking fill up a garage, okay? And take up all the space.
Oh my god, my garage
Would
is
you
filled
be
with
okay?
fucking boxes of toys.
Would you be okay if he applied this to like super couponing, where he buys like 7 pack or fucking 300 packets of like I don't know, mac and cheese, but donates 90% of that to the Salvation Army or like to the poor, but keeps 10% just for like the house?
He does do that. He does take a lot of toys to like TJ and all that stuff to give to like food as well. Although it's generally toys, but it's like you don't need to stockpile on toys to then take them to TJ to give to like the poor kids or whatever. You can just like say you're planning on going in a month, buy a bunch of toys in that month, and then in that month get rid of them. Don't think like, oh, these toys are on sale, I'll buy them for all the kids in TJ, and then you don't go for like a year and a half. So that all that shit's just in the garage.
And for that year and a half, you just keep buying more shit for TJ.
Yeah.
Or your grandchildren.
Or these grandchildren that don't exist. Because I'm not giving them any grandchildren anytime soon. I will eventually, at some point. Not anytime soon. Nowhere near anytime soon. But unfortunately, it's not just limited to fucking toys. It's everything. It's like...
Chairs, foosball,
we have
AC units.
The AC unit, I think my brother bought because he works here in the game room.
He kind of understands of like, I'm gonna buy this when I need it, or like future proof, like maybe a month or a week. That's as far as he's willing to future proof. I can understand that. I can respect that. But your dad's like, all right, I'm gonna go to TJ. Maybe like as you said, I'm gonna go to TJ maybe in a month. I'm gonna buy like 30 fucking Jeeps or like the model car Jeeps. I'll take it to TJ in a month. He doesn't go in that month. A month later, it's like, you know what? I'm gonna buy a Corvette toy for them. I'm gonna go to TJ next month, but he never does. It's not even like that. He does go to TJ. My parents go to TJ randomly. No, they just go randomly. Like I don't find out until like the Friday of that they're leaving. So it's like I can't really plan any like exciting fun times like a party or something, because it's like, oh hey, we're going to TJ now.
It's like, okay, that kind of sucks. I could have planned like a little
or they'll
kickback
just
or
call you
something.
up while you're working. Hey, we're in TJ, bye.
Hey, we're halfway to TJ. Make sure to get your nieces to school.
No, it was like this morning. I just happened to have stayed up all night, and then I go out into the living room, and they're all getting ready. I'm like, where the hell are you guys going? Like, oh, we're going to Lancaster for the day. We don't know if we'll be back today or tomorrow, but
we're going.
We'll be gone all day. Okay, could have told me that earlier, but
so I could plan for fun times.
Which is I can usually just compensate by just staying here in the game room and just playing fucking games by myself. But he also goes to TJ and buys fucking shit there and brings it back. And, you know, a lot of it is food.
That's the reverse of what he was planning to do, man.
Yeah, he's got so many goddamn cars, and then each one of those cars just filled with shit.
He's taken away from TJ instead of giving to it.
My plan is to give to TJ, but I'll enrich their economy by taking shit home.
Here's an epitome of how goddamn pack ratty he is. We used to have grass. We used to have this backyard, luscious backyard with grass.
I was here for that. We
Way
had a
back
rescue
when.
mission.
Way back when.
We
Yes.
had a rescue mission for your Xbox.
True. Story for another day. And then we had like not that good grass, but still decent grass out front. Point is, we had real grass in the front and the backyard, and we had like the lawnmower and like the weed whacker and like the maintenance stuff, right? My dad got
in Hispanic people's cars.
Sure.
You're about to tell me that he hoarded all that grass he got.
No. We got rid of all the grass in the backyard because my dad thought it would be a good idea to replace all of it with just cement. Which I told him at the time.
Like dogs.
Yeah, I told him at the time. A, it looks ugly. B, you have a bunch of trees back there that are gonna fall on the cement and they're gonna create like this moss type stuff. So you're gonna have to clean that up every year. And flies. 2, you have dogs.
C,
sure,
you have dogs.
Yeah. C, okay, sir. C, you have dogs. That big German Shepherd dogs. That I'll fucking Roy. You have dogs that don't necessarily need grass to poop, but they certainly are not gonna like cement to poop on and to piss on because there's no grass. And he's like, oh no, it's fine. I'll leave like this little like 3-foot square little patch of dirt. It's like, yeah. How often have they shit in that little patch of dirt? It's like never. They usually shit over here. Yeah, and you're gonna cement the shit out of that area where they like to poop, huh? It's like, yeah, but that's fine. They'll poop over here. It's like, no. It's been almost 2 years.
That's not how that works.
They have literally never, ever shat in that tiny little 3-foot square of dirt that he left them. They shit wherever the fuck they want. And I've told him this, and he's a fucking idiot. But then like, in the front yard, he got rid of all the real grass and installed.
As a amateur dog trainer, yeah, I can tell you now that's a good way to piss off your dogs. It's like, oh, they're gonna take away my territory. Well, fuck them.
Yeah, it's like, you never trained them to shit in this one specific spot. You brought them in from another home. Well, they were gifted to you from another home, and they just kind of decided because we had dirt and grass, mostly dirt, by that point. They're like, okay, we'll just shit in this little corner.
We're just gonna claim this area as ours.
As our little, like, bathroom area. And you cemented the shit out of it, so now they have no bathroom area.
They're confused as hell.
They're confused as hell. They're just gonna shit wherever the fuck they want. Because you'll find shit everywhere in the fucking backyard. Yeah, it used to be like, every now and then you find a random turd somewhere. But now it's just like, the whole backyard is open game for them. Which is stupid. The one place that they certainly do not shit is in that little square patch of dirt. But,
your front yard?
The front yard, this was during like the time when California was in a drought. Yeah. So, understandable, sure. They got rid of all the grass that we had in the front yard. And they replaced it with like fake grass. It looks fine. Does not, I don't fucking like it. I could tell the dogs don't fucking like it because I could tell that they really don't like the cement and they really miss grass because every single time that we're out there and we're just like doing something and we leave the gate open for the dogs to just come in here, they go straight from the backyard where it's all cement to the fake grass and they're just rolling around in the fake grass because they miss the grass so much.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah. But, so at this point in our house, absolutely zero grass anywhere. Yet we still have the fucking lawnmower and the weed whacker and the rake and all the fucking shit. Yeah. And my brother a couple months ago was like, he found this app, I think it's Let Go, where you just post your shit and like, I don't want this in the house, just fucking get rid of it for whatever price. He put it on there like, here, just take all this equipment, which is probably worth, it's not top of the line, but it was worth at least $200-ish. He's like, somebody fucking just take it for like
$1.
For like $30. Just take it, get it away from the house. My brother told me that asshole that came to buy it is like, how about $20? It's like, motherfucker, I'm giving you the deal of the century and all this fucking grass maintenance shit, and you wanna give me less money? You know what? Price now doubled. That's what he did, and the guy paid it. For being an asshole.
I'm actually glad he did that.
For being an asshole, it's like, you know what? Price was $30. Price is now $60.
Nah, he should have just bumped it. For this asshole, $100.
$100.
Yeah.
Flat.
But
you paid for my lunch.
So my brother got rid of all that shit, right? We obviously have no grass. Now we have no grass or like equipment for the grass. My dad was fucking livid that we got rid of it. It's like, that's my stuff. We use that stuff. It's like, for what? Grass?
For what?
We have literally no grass. We have the only thing we have that is foliage in this entire house
is that three foot square of dirt.
There's like a little patch of like roses and like flowers and shit in the front yard.
You don't need a lawnmower for that.
There's no grass there. It's like little wood chips and then the flower plant itself.
Yeah.
So you don't.
How does that work?
I don't know. But you don't need any maintenance tools there aside from like maybe some like hand clippers to clip to keep it maintenance and everything.
Maybe a roundabout or round out for the fucking weeds.
You gotta have a garden hat. I mean, that's just guaranteed.
Yeah.
And then we have a bunch of trees in the backyard, mostly like lemons and I think tangerines and another lemon tree and then a third lemon tree, I think. I think the third one is the lime tree.
You guys are so Mexican.
I know, right? But
I didn't know ducks were Mexican.
So with that, all we need is like the big ass clippers. And my dad was still fucking livid that my brother got rid of it and just sold it for such a cheap price. It's like, this is worth this amount and this and that. Because that's a big reason why my dad never wants to get rid of shit. Because he's like, if he buys a car for, say, $3,000, and the moment you buy a brand new car, the moment you drive it off the lot, that car is not worth the same amount you just paid for it. You can return it 10 minutes later, you're not going to get the exact same price back that you bought it. He doesn't seem to understand that, because if he buys, like, he tried to do this. He bought a van for, I don't know the exact number, but let's say $3,000. He put another $3,000 worth of equipment in it, like TVs and shit, and then extra fucking seats that no one fucking needs.
3,000.
Sure, so he put like another 3,000.
So your total is 6,000.
So the total, he's hit in his mind, the total value of the car is $6,000.
Even though he's had it for how long?
Even though he's had it for at least like 4 or 5 years now, it's got a lot more mileage, and it's like, no, I'm only going to sell it if somebody's willing to pay me $6,000. Might be willing to go to $5,500, but no lower than that. And
so they're willing to pay more than sticker price, basically.
Yeah, my brother's like, well, let's just
himself.
check Kelly Blue Book and like all the modifications. Like, oh, this car is only worth about $2,500 at most. And my dad's like, no, bullshit this and bullshit that.
If that's
like,
the case, I'm gonna keep the car.
Yeah, if that's the case, I'm gonna keep this shit. But that fucking follows into everything. It's like, I paid $100 for this fucking lawnmower. I'm not gonna sell it for any less than $100. Like, that lawnmower, you bought it for $100 10 years ago. There's no way it's worth that much now.
And you got no more grass, so who cares?
Yeah, so who gives a shit? It's just everything that he buys. If we force him to sell them.
If people are listening to this, if we ever release this, if you still don't understand, it's like your dad's or your uncle's wood pile. They're never going to use it. It's just there, but it's taking up room for no apparent reason. It's a wood pile. Like, oh, I can use this for something else. Like, I'm never going to fucking use. And it's been sitting out there for like X amount of years. It's your dad's, your uncle's, your cousin's wood pile.
We actually have a goddamn wood pile on the side of the garage.
I can use this wood for something else that I'm never going to
fucking use. They
don't understand that. It's like,
that used to be for a fucking pool. A really nice pool that we went to go see, like, this was back when I'm like 26 now. This was back when I was like in 7th grade. We went to this guy's house, and he had the pool built, and it had like a deck and like the stairs and everything. It looked nice. And it absolutely
was. Above ground pool?
It was above ground pool, but it looked really nice.
Oh, man.
Cool.
It came with the pool and all the equipment and all the wood like paneling or like boards or whatever that would make the deck. Came with everything. And my dad gave him something in return. I don't remember what it was. And we exchanged it. And it would have fit in the backyard flawlessly. Never put it together. Ever. Currently, seventh grade would have been, I think, maybe 2004-ish?
Yeah.
Let's just say around 2004-ish. It is currently 2017 now. The only fucking piece of that entire set that he's used is the goddamn stairs that he used to make like a tiny little house for my nieces. All the pool bits, the plastic pool and all the like the pump and all that shit, dogs teared it up. It's all gone. We threw it away. All the wood pieces that made up the deck, some of it has been reused into like other parts of the house and whatnot to make this game room and whatnot. Most of it is just sitting over there.
See, this is totally your fault, because if you had grandchildren like he asked, he would have done this party.
No,
at 7th grade.
No, because his idea was I'm gonna trade whatever it was that he traded for this above ground pool, and it was a big pool. It was a really big pool, and he got it. He brought it all the way home, and he like set it up in a pile. Like, all right, I'm gonna get started on this. Never started. Decided instead, in the middle of the fucking backyard, I'm gonna make a bonfire pit. It's like, all right, you're not gonna be able to fit the goddamn pool then that you just traded, whatever it was that he traded away for the pool. Is like, you're so goddamn stupid with how you plan shit out.
I'm pretty sure he believes he's in the Sims universe.
In his defense,
where you can just take this out and put it in a new thing and have it in inventory for years. It's still just as good as when I took it out.
In his defense, it is a pretty good-looking bonfire.
It is a phenomenal bonfire that I've had.
Your brother designed it, not him.
No, my dad designed it. My dad.
There's a lot of flaws in that fucking thing right now.
There's a lot of flaws. Like, if I would have designed it, I would have been like, all right, why don't we put it, the bonfire pit in this corner, surrounded by all this brick wall, and here's this nice corner we can put it.
Here's the dimensions we can use. Here's like a blueprint. Here's the length. Here's the width. Here's everything. You draw that shit out. Here's surround sounds. Here's the outlets. Here's the lighting fixtures, surround sound. You will design everything, because I'm gonna be pissed at you if it doesn't work.
No, his again, I would have put it in the corner just so that it takes up the least amount of room. He's like, nope. Exact middle of the backyard. Smack that in the middle of the backyard. Just take up all the room so nothing else fits.
It needs to be in the center.
It needs to be in the center. Like, why? You could easily just put it against the wall, or like, sure, keep it in a circular pattern as well, but move it over here in the corners over here. Like, nope. Smack dab in the center of the backyard.
Why?
I don't
it looks better.
Know.
No, it doesn't.
I've even because
utility-wise, it sucks ass.
I've actually heard, the reason a lot of this stuff still looks decent is because a lot of the contractors that he gets, they tell him flat out, no, we're not going to do that because it doesn't fit. Because there's a
the roofing for your garage.
The roofing for the garage. There's because my dad remodeled the original garage to be like an actual bedroom or something. The city told him you can't really do that unless you build an actual garage. So he had we lost half of our backyard, which was a very big backyard. We lost half of it because he had to the city mandated that he build a goddamn garage, which he then filled with a bunch of fucking shit. But
he moved one garage to the back.
He essentially just goddamn moved the garage. But the garage itself, it's like its own set of roofing with like the tiles that the roof kind of looks more like a pyramid. And then we also have this game room that we're currently in. And the roof for this doesn't really match the rest of the house, because the rest of the house is kind of like just one continuous slant. And then this game room kind of meets it as like an opposite slant, but at like a slightly lower level. That kind of makes sense. And then my dad's bright idea was, I'm going to connect the roofs of the game room to the roof of to the garage. And it's like, oh, it'll look good and this and that. And the contractor was like, you're an idiot. That there's no way that's going to work. You want me to connect this roof for the garage, which is
15-degree angle with this 45-degree angle, and make it work.
Yeah, you want me to connect this like 15-degree angle roof for the garage, which is 15 feet high, to this completely different angled game room, which is only 12 feet high. and they only kind of intersect and would possibly be connected for 6 feet. No, I'm not doing that. You're an idiot. It's like, no, I'm going to pay you like the amount, and don't worry, I'll get the materials and everything. It's like, the contractor was like, because the contractor is also his friend. It's like, no, you're an idiot. I'm not doing that. And no contractor is going to do that. Because A, doesn't make sense. 2, it would look ugly as hell.
Hell yeah, it would. Damn.
3, it wouldn't make sense.
I love your numbering for this shit. Like, A, this. 2, that. Roman numeral 3, that. Kanji for 4, that.
I do that sometimes.
Bullet point 5. Jesus.
I do that subconsciously. I don't know. I start with like A, B, 3. or I'll do the opposite. Like 1, 2, see? That's also conscious, and I don't realize that I'm doing it until you point it out. I'm like,
why'd you point it out? I thought I was trying to keep this going for years, man. It's fucking great.
Oh, man.
Buddy.
I don't think I normally do that, but
it was the second time you did it this podcast.
This podcast, yeah, but like in normal conversation, I don't know if I do that.
You do. I can vouch. I can vouch.
I do
that. This in high school. I just didn't want to point that out to you.
I do this subconsciously then. That's interesting. Yeah. Maybe I'll incorporate other shit in there, like Roman numeral. Or like all different languages, like A,
alpha,
2, beta, theta.
You just started saying different languages for numbers.
Yeah. Like, cuatro, nijuichi. I don't know. But yeah, your dad is essentially turning into my dad, and believe you me, you do not want that to happen.
Dude, he refuses to get rid of these, like, I don't know. Let's just say there's a wrench that's that's so fucking rusted, it's on a metal sheet. It's so fucking rusted. You try to pick it up, the metal sheet goes with it, and it starts to be brittle. The old wrench that's there, I can literally just pinch it straight through, and it'll just break.
You can save wrenches like that, theoretically, but I mean, at that point, why would you even bother? Just go to Home Depot and buy an entire set.
He doesn't understand.
Or sell that rusty wrench for a sticker price.
For $1. But it's like some of these tools, Dad, why don't you just get rid of some of these tools? Like, no, I bought them, I'm gonna save them. Like, you have like different versions, or the new versions of this, of like, I don't know, a fucking crescent wrench, or a monkey wrench. You have the newer stuff, the tougher metal stuff, instead of like these brass aluminum, and this plastic piece of crap. Can we get rid of this shit?
Tin foil?
Yeah. Yes!
I just remembered.
And he's like, no, I want to keep those. Why? I bought them. What's the problem? I bought them for this price. Like, I don't want to waste money. It's like,
Dad, waste money?
Dad, you went to go get the new shit and more wood for something you're not going to build. No, I'm going to build it. Next day, it's too hot. Next day after that, it's too cold. Day after that, I'm lazy today. Oh, it's my day off.
Wasting money my ass.
It's like, and you yell at me for buying food for the house that you eat.
That's a waste of money because that's going to go away soon, like in a day.
You waste $100 on food, don't do that. Dad, you're eating the cheeseburger I just bought you. Yeah, you're wasting too much. You're wasting too much food.
You shouldn't be doing that.
You shouldn't be doing that. Like, don't eat the cheeseburger. No, you're just being cynical. It's like, the fuck? I buy stuff for the house that everybody uses. I get shit on. When you do it, like, how come you have, like, the 2012 new model drill or fucking nail gun versus, like, this big bulky thing you had from the 80s? Why don't you just sell the 80s? Like, no, you're just being stupid. Like, I can still use it. You don't. No, I'll use it. See? And he just drops it.
While you were telling that story, I remembered a story that my dad had. It was me, my dad, and my brother were talking about this. Because, like I said, my dad replaced a bunch of the entire backyard with cement. And there's this tool that he had to, I guess, break little lines in the cement to, like, run wires and shit or something. I don't know what the tool was exactly. But in order to start the cement the first time, because the cement originally was just the fire pit, and then later on, like a year and a half later, he added the rest of the cement. But when he started the first bit of cement, he was like, where's this tool that I know I have? I bought it like not that long ago, a couple years ago. I can't find it. And this and that, and my brother and me were like, we have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. So he goes and buys the current year version of that tool. And then when he lays down the groundwork for the rest of the cement, he's like, "Where's that tool? I know for a fact that I bought a new version of that tool. Where's that tool?" He's blaming us for where the fuck that tool is, and we're like, We have no fucking idea. We haven't used that tool forever. So he goes and buys another version of that tool. And then like almost a month later, after he's done using that tool, me and my brother just clean out the garage because that's what we do every now and again. We just like clean it out and like, fuck, just throw it away. Just throw it away and give away all the shit. We find the last one that he bought, along with the one he bought before that, along with the first one. And it's all just hidden in the trash pile that is the garage. And my dad was just like, yeah, I couldn't find it. And we were just like trying to explain to him, like, you couldn't find it because there's so much goddamn shit in the garage and it's disorganized. And I was like, that's not my fault. I was like, of course it is your fault.
This is your pile.
You put it there.
You spent a couple $100 each time you bought this goddamn tool. When you had the first one that he bought in like 2005 or whatever, it still works. It's still good. It's not rusted. It's still shiny because it only got used like once.
Yeah.
But now he has 2 more versions of it.
How was it? When we were so close to getting the that quest for your Xbox. Didn't your dad this is when you were like reseeding the front yard or some shit? Did your dad get pissed at you for like, where the fuck are my tools or the seedings for the front yard? Like he yelled at you or some shit. Like okay, whatever. He went to go buy another set. You find it later in the same trash heap that was your living room before, and you showed your mom like, this is what Dad just yelled at me for. It was in the trash pile that he did. What the fuck? It
was pretty much in the living room, in the corner of the living room. He had his own desk where he kept his pet turtles that eventually died, and like a bunch of his shit. But
Did then keep their bodies too.
Yeah, for a long time because we didn't realize that one of them died.
Oh my god, he hoarded turtles.
Because here's the reason that it died.
He's such a good hoarder that the smell was still there.
Yeah,
it was slossing.
My mom was the one that noticed that. It's like, God damn, something smells dead in here. And she told me like to hop over that shit. But
it's been dead for years.
I'll get to why. I think it didn't die because we didn't feed it. I think it died because it drowned. Because it was a
what the fuck?
Because it's a seafaring turtle, but it's not going to hold its breath. When I found it, it was like upside down, but like stuck against the glass and a rock.
Oh, that's
with his head in the water.
That's horrible.
So I think it probably just drowned, which sucks. Sure. How did my dad not notice that? I don't know.
Yeah.
But like the living room as it is right now, it's beautiful. There's like the fireplace and there's the couch and everything. It didn't used to be like that. Back when I was in middle school, my dad thought it would be a bright idea when he's in the middle of remodeling his garage turned master bedroom to buy an entire set of furniture, buy a massage chair, buy a whole bunch of other furniture, and buy a big ass TV station where you could put your TV and like speakers and all this sorts of shit and a whole bunch of other shit. And he thought, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put it in the living room. Which, they didn't tell me about beforehand because they fucking trapped my Xbox in there. Because this was back when we only had one, like the old school massive fucking TV that weighed like 1,000 pounds. But it was the only HD TV that we had in the entire house. So I had it connected there to be able to read fucking games. And they didn't tell me they were putting all that shit in there. So they trapped my Xbox behind the fucking thing. And then me and Smokey had to go on a mission to move all this shit to try and retrieve it. But he had his desk in the corner. And then slowly but surely they started bringing more shit in. And then at some point my dad was like, hey, we're going to reseed, because the front yard grass was looking haggard as shit. Still because he did a bunch of remodeling, tore out a bunch of wood, and just left the wood in the front yard. So the only reason that he eventually had to do it was because our neighbors complained to the city, and the city came down to him and was like, you need to move your fucking lumber, because your house looks like shit, and it's ruining the rest of the neighborhood.
Yep.
So that was the only reason why he decided to reseed and like finally move that fucking shit out of the front yard.
God damn.
Yeah. The city has to come down and tell him like, you need to move that shit.
Look,
you need to get rid of that shit. But he's looking for all the shit because he bought an entire stuff to reseed and like properly like lay down groundwork for like really good grass. Like he brought the seeds, he bought the tools, he bought like fertilizer and all that shit. And then when it came time to actually do it, he's like, where the fuck is it? Where the hell did you assholes put it? Talking to me and my brother. It's like, where the fuck did you guys leave it? And this and that. I'm like, we have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. We didn't even know you bought that shit. And of course he just ignores it for like another couple months. And he eventually decides that couple months later, he's finally going to reseed the goddamn grass. He goes and buys all that shit again. And then eventually, about a month and a half later, the remodeling of the master bedroom is done. So me and my dad, and I think you also helped out, Smokey, we're like, hey, modeling's done. All the shit is there. It's all nice and neat, like all the crown molding and like the paint and everything is good. Let's move this entire furniture set from the 80s, apparently, according to my brother. Let's just move it all in there and we'll set it up for mom and dad when they get home. They don't have to do any of that. And we do that. And as we're doing that, like, it was pretty much on cue. We're getting to like the last bit because we've already moved all the furniture shit into the living room. Now we're just getting to the ancillary shit that my dad just started to pile into the goddamn living room. And we're getting there, and my dad comes home and is like, "Oh, what are you guys doing?" This and that, and it's like, as we're like, my brother's telling him like, "Oh, we decided to like move your shit in there for you, so you wouldn't have to do it." I pull out this big ass bucket, and I look in the bucket. It's like, "Oh, here's the seed that you were looking for, and here's all the fertilizer, and here's all the tools." And it's like, no wonder you couldn't fucking find it. You hid it in the corner of the living room and then blocked access to it. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, it's right here. I can show it to you right here. It was underneath your fucking desk. And we know
as your brother and him were talking, like I just come out from the garage. You pull it out in front of them, like 3 feet away from them. Just like you just pull it out of like your fucking ass or some shit. It's like it was behind this corner all along. Da 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 da.
It's like da 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 da.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm like.
Like, oh my god.
Like, dude, I remember him telling me the story, like, how he got pissed at you guys yelling through a fit and this and that. Like you were explaining, like, this is the seed. This is the fertilizer. Like, that's the fucking bucket? Damn! That's great on cue. I'm like, as a third party person, like, I thought this is fucking hilarious. I'm pretty sure as you, whatever the fuck your face is, like, you were just pissed off. Like, he yelled at me for this shit? He fucking blocked asses and put this shit on us.
He's the one that fucking put it underneath his desk because he thought that would be a safe place to put it. And then blocked access to it. And I don't mean blocked access to it like he put a couple of stuff in there.
Barricaded that thing shut.
He put the desk was in the corner. The bucket was underneath the desk.
The mission just and the Xbox was awful. The cleaning process for that barricade is bullshit.
He put essentially a 15 foot wide barricade. And probably 6 foot high barricade of just stuff between us and that fucking desk. So there's no way we would have ever found it anyway. And even if we did, how the hell were we going to pull it out anyway? There was no way to pull it out without moving everything.
I'm pretty sure, like, as soon as you pulled it out, you confronted me, like, this is the shit you kind of yelled at us for. Like, no. Your brother's like, yeah, that's the shit you yelled at us for. It was like, where the fuck did you find it? Under his desk. Under all that pile of bullshit. You were yelling at us for moving all your tools and stuff. Like, you did this. Like, no, it wasn't me. Clearly, you guys did that. Like, what? Yeah, we're the ones who put, like, 6 feet tall, 15 foot wide of bullshit in front of your seeding, your fucking grass shit, right? Yeah? Right. Who bought this stuff? I did.
I was like, right. All this stuff was made in TJ, and I haven't been to TJ in years, and neither has my brother, so...
eBay. Internet.
How would we have bought that and blocked off access, eh? Dan, explain to me that one. Because we know it, because he would go to TJ and buy like the plastic bags filled with the fucking fleeced fucking blanket with the goddamn Virgen de Guadalupe and all that shit. He's a goddamn fucking religious asshole. Because he's got...
I still remember like the first time I ever came to your house, there'd be like hanging
Jesus Christos.
Yeah. Everywhere. It's like,
fucking hate that thing.
The best thing was
like, religion.
Like
fine.
I had to convince you. Like, listen, I'm pretty sure those things don't work. You were like, why? Because either 1, I'm not bursting the flames. 2, they're not bursting the flames. Or 3, this house isn't burning yet. It's not blessed. It doesn't work.
Like I'm
or Roman numeral 4.
Like
yes.
Like you said, we're a very Mexican family. I.e., we have a goddamn lemon tree and a lime tree and fucking orange and tangerine tree.
I'm just waiting for a mango somewhere in there. To be honest,
we used to have an apple tree and cilantro.
That doesn't count.
But
I think cilantro kind of counts.
We used to have cilantro, and we used to have pumpkins.
That one was a curveball.
Yeah, I can't call that Mexican.
I don't know. That was we only had the pumpkin specifically for Halloween.
Speaking of which, before we did this, I remember this as a kid. Like, I asked my mom, where the fuck do watermelons come from? She said, it comes from trees, like the coconuts. I was like, if that thing falls, it's gonna kill me. I'm like, holy shit.
See, I would immediately not believe that.
As a kid, I thought this is like, it's probably dangerous picking those things up because those things are heavy. What if it falls and kills you? Shit, I'm not going under the trees. As a kid, I thought this was logical. Now as an adult, like,
as a kid, I knew that the watermelons were heavy, but they would break easily. So I would not have believed as a kid that they came from trees.
As a kid, I was pretty gullible until like information rules all. I will become the shadow broker. Right.
As a kid, I'm sure I was gullible as well, but I had physically handled watermelons before, and I knew how fragile they were.
I couldn't lift it up, so I didn't even bother trying.
I don't think I'd lift it up like the big ass watermelons, but I knew that they were fragile. I knew that they wouldn't have grown on a tree. I didn't know exactly where or how they were grown, but I knew it was. I would have known it wasn't a tree.
For me, it's like, what kind of tree is strong enough to hold a fucking watermelon? Because I can't lift this thing. Oh, it must be like one of those like great oak things. Fuck, I don't ever want to be up there.
The palm tree, like massive, tall ass palm tree looking things.
Oak tree, or the tree from fucking Avatar. That thing's probably strong enough to hold a watermelon.
Probably, but I mean that's like an ancient tree.
Sequoia. Yeah.
Like, that is a very ancient tree. But back to my dad being very Mexican.
Yeah, go back to that.
Very, very Mexican and very fucking religious. In the living room, after we had settled all that shit up, and like we remodeled the fireplace to make it look all nice and like it looks nice and everything. You
installed the fireplace?
We installed the gas line and everything. It looks nice. It looks nice now. Mm-hmm. Point is, we had this one photo of my mom and dad with like the frame was like very nice but very old and like dusty. So we got a new frame of my mom and dad on their wedding night. Like, okay, family starting. They got married. And then we also had this other like really nice photo of like the whole family, me, my brother and mom, dad, and blah, 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 right? And it had a nice frame as well, a decent frame. And then it didn't look as old as the other one, but we got like another nice frame for that as well. Mm-hmm. And we put them like on opposite ends of like above the fireplace. Like here's family starting, here's like family as it is now with like mom and dad and the kids. Mm-hmm. Dad did not like that idea. He thought what the fireplace needed was another giant cross and a giant Virgen de Guadalupe. Keep in mind, if you're facing the fireplace, to the right in the corner was already a goddamn giant cross. And then if you're facing the fireplace, up above to your left is already another giant Virgen de Guadalupe. And again, if you're still facing the fireplace, behind you in the kitchen is a giant fucking cross. And it's like, you don't need to sit here in the middle of like the living room and you can turn your head and see 4 different but massive Jesus on a cross and 3 giant Virgen de Guadalupes and two separate, one that's painted, one that you can flip a switch and turn lights and like effects on to the Last Supper. We don't need to be able to see that much goddamn religion from one spot in the house.
Yeah.
It kind of makes you want to know. Like,
I'd stay out of that room.
Dude, to be fair, I kind of want to know, like, how come your dad's just trying to buy his way into heaven this badly? What did he do?
I don't know. He set all that shit up, and then my brother and I just like took all that shit back down, and then he put that shit back up, and then we had an argument of like, you don't need this much goddamn, you don't need this many fucking like, what is this, like 3.5 foot high?
Yeah.
Like Jesus on a cross on every single wall.
Put it in your own damn room.
Which he did.
So much.
He did. In his room currently, there is 3 giant virgins on a cross, or Jesus on a cross.
Virgins on a cross. Well, you're not wrong. I'm pretty sure it was a virgin.
Who cares? 3 giant Virgen de Guadalupe.
I'm sure the Christians care.
I don't care. And then there's a whole bunch of other fucking religious shit everywhere. Yeah. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, exactly.
Seriously. There's a limit to how much you can... It's like, I can understand like the point of like the massive like 3 foot high cross. Sure, 1 per household. Household does not need like 5.
On that, I would like to end like, my family's fucking crazy.
My family's fucking crazy.
No, half.
Or my mother's sane. My dad is just a goddamn pack rat.
Half. Your brother was crazy enough to join the Marines, so...
My family's partially racist, but I'll get into that another time.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, we don't really know your family personally.
I'll talk about it another time.
Let's just talk more about your hot cousin. I think we got time, right?
No.
Or
We
how
suddenly found an
or
hourglass.
how me and your
No,
sister
we
are
don't.
dating, but only in Texas.
It's over.
This is Smokey, and he is,
Dojira.
and he is.
Rubberducky.
Bye.